My name is Heather Dyke, and I'm currently a fixed-term lecturer in philosophy at the University of Otago. I was an associate professor at Otago, but I took a career break for family reasons between 2012 and 2018. So I'm now trying to get my career back up and running. So I first became interested in philosophy back in the sixth form at high school. I was studying French, and I was introduced to some of the French existentialist philosophers, Jean-Paul Sartre, Albert Camus, and Simone de Beauvoir. Primarily because I was studying French, I was introduced to them through their novels and theatre and drama. And I found them, I found them radical and engaging, and ideas that I'd never come across before, and it was exciting. So at that point, when I was in sixth form, I was due to study French at university. So I'd been offered a place at Leeds, so then I requested to study joint French and philosophy when I got there. And so then when I finally got to university, I discovered that it was philosophy that really floated my boat. So I dropped French and studied just philosophy. Approach to thinking that it had appealed to me in the work of Sartre and Camus. And when I discovered that you could study the ideas themselves and not through the kind of through the lens of drama and literature, that was what I realized. I realized that I wanted to do that. So it's always been those big fundamental concepts, time and space, the infinite, right and wrong. These kind of fundamental concepts have been the things that have always excited me. Since returning to philosophy after that 6-year break, I've been trying to catch up on all the literature that I missed in my field, which is the philosophy of time. There's been an absolute explosion of literature in that time, and around various different themes. But the one that sort of interests me the most is the theme of temporal experience, so our experience of time. So philosophically, I'm a B theorist about time. So that means that I believe that there is no objective present moment, and that time does not pass. Right? So theoretically, that's the sort of the fundamental of the theory that I believe. But if that theory is right, then it owes us an explanation of why, if time lacks these features, we seem to experience it as if it has them. So kind of trying to reconcile, the project of reconciling how time seems to us at a sort of pre-theoretic common sense level, and what is, according to the metaphysical theory that I think is right, what's true of time. That there seems to be a tension, and so reconciling that tension is the project that excites me at the moment. And one of the things I like about this project is that it crosses over lots of interdisciplinary boundaries. So it crosses into work in psychology, cognitive science, and even linguistics, and I find all that stuff fascinating. So I've recently published a paper in Mind and Language on how, well, it touches on how the language that we speak affects the way we conceptualize time. So there's lots of really interesting empirical data there. And I've also recently finished the first draft of, I was invited to write a Cambridge element on time in the metaphysics series of this new publishing phenomenon of elements, Cambridge elements. So they're supposed to be a kind of opinionated overview of current work in a field, and so that helped me. That gave me the real kind of opportunity to get back up to speed with all the latest work in the field. I would say, by all means, try things outside of philosophy, but be prepared for philosophy to always lure you back. I had brief forays into the world of, the real world of employment, after my undergraduate degree and my postgraduate degree, and then I had that 6-year break as well. But I've discovered, experience has taught me that before long, philosophy will get its hooks back in me and draw me back. I mean, I think what I've learned, the true lesson here is that being a philosopher is not just a job for me; it's who I am. Being a teacher, a writer, a researcher, it's who I am. So it's not a hat that I put on. It's something that is me from the inside out.